I'm Ellen and I own In the Welsh Wind with my partner Alex. We've been running the business for 2.5 years now, and we started in a small cowshed, converted cowshed in our distillery, and we've grown into this bigger building now at the old Gogeddon Arms. So the business that we own is a distillery business, so we predominantly make gin. So we make our own gin, In the Welsh Wind signature style, along with a rum and our new whiskey that will be out in 3 years and a day. We also make bulk production for other businesses, so we make about 36 different gins for about 24 different companies. Some are really small in Wales and others are international. So we've kind of started really small, and then within just under 3 years we've grown into quite a big business that now employs nearly 10 employees, all local to Ceredigion and Pembrokeshire. So the key roles in the distillery, we've got a business manager who oversees our kind of future and long-term planning. We've got our social media and content creator who looks at everything that we put out on social media and on our website, who also looks after all the people that work here in human resources. We've got a distiller who does all of our distillations for all of our different gins. We've got a distillery coordinator who helps work between myself, the distiller, and our production team to make sure that the gin is made on time, in the right bottles, and where everything needs to be sent out to. And then we've got several roles in our production team who look at the bottling, the labelling, boxing, transport, and make sure that every single bottle that leaves In the Welsh Wind is of the highest standard and everything looks the same in the way it needs to be. When we set up In the Welsh Wind, one of our goals was to employ as many local people and provide full-time or part-time permanent roles. Having grown up here myself, I had to leave the area for work. And then when we came back and we wanted to set up this business, it was really important to us that we could employ local people. So we've always got roles available at the distillery because we go through periods of being very busy and being much quieter. So there's always flexibility in what we do here. But the important thing for us is that people come into our distillery who are keen and motivated and are interested in what we're doing and where we're going with the business. Yeah, so sometimes we don't have jobs available here, but we do have opportunities like our work experience program so that people can come in and learn more about our business, and they get an opportunity to work in all of the different kind of sections of our business, so social media, our gin experiences, distilling, production, business, so that over the course of a few weeks during their work experience they get an experience of all of these things that they can then take on to other jobs if there isn't a job here for them. So the work experience program that we run is available to people who are on universal credit, which they can then access us through Job Centre. All they need to do is get in touch with them. The Job Centre are aware of us and the opportunities that we offer here, and they can kind of discuss with them how best to get in touch with us then. The most important characteristic for somebody who wants to come and work in the Welsh Wind is probably motivation. We work in a really close team. Everybody works really, really hard here to make sure that what we put out into the world is of the highest quality that we can. So for us, people coming in, showing that level of motivation, showing that level of interest in us and what we do and trying to make everything that we do here better is really important to us. Even if the person coming in doesn't have necessarily the skills or experience that we might like them to have, we offer that as training while they're here. So somebody can come in with no experience and leave knowing, how to use a still, how we look at production, how we manage our warehouse, and all of these different elements lead on to other things later on.
I'm Joe, the business manager here at In the Welsh Wind. My primary role is looking at the future success of the business and making sure that we drive towards becoming the biggest and best business that we possibly can. When we're looking to bring new staff into the business, our key focus is their ambition and their suitability to kind of working with our dynamic team. We're not necessarily looking at academic success, more what those people are willing to bring in their rounded social skills to the business as well. In the Welsh Wind does offer apprenticeship programmes. At the moment we've got 2 listed, one in our production side of our business and one within the business team. We feel that it's the perfect opportunity to showcase an individual's talents and hopefully lead on to a more permanent role with the business. Skills people might learn in these apprenticeship roles could be anything from working in a team with our production side, time management and making sure that we get all of our orders out on time, all the way through to working within our main core management team, where they're looking at wider business knowledge and skills and possibly working on some of the financial elements of the business as well.
Fy enw i Martha a dwi wedi bod yn gweithio yma am mis. Nes I ffeindio'r job ar Facebook, ar advertisement. Fy rôl I, dwi'n gweithio ar ochr cynhyrchu'r busnes, hoteli'r gin, lablo, proses eitha drefnus. Yn ysgol nes I astudio celf, daearyddiaeth a addysg grefyddol yn Chweched. Ar ôl ysgol nes I mynd mlaen I astudio yn Prifysgol Exeter am 3 mlynedd yn astudio daearyddiaeth. I'r rôl dwi'n gweithio, y sgiliau sydd angen I fod yn trefnus, gweithio fel tîm, daclus a neud siŵr bod popeth yn cael ei wneud i'r safon uchaf. I unrhyw un sy'n chwilio am job ar y funud, byddwn ni'n gweud I jyst I aplaio I unrhyw beth chi'n gweld a neud siŵr bod chi'n gweithio rhywbeth mas o'ch comfort zone.
My name is Jasmine Jones. I went to Ysgol Gyfun Aberaeron. I did A-level, then I went to Coleg Sir Gar, which is in Carmarthen, to do Art Foundation for a year, which is kind of a requirement if you want to go to art university to study anything in art and design. And then I went to Camberwell College of Art, which is kind of under the UAL umbrella, to do fine art painting. So that was a BA, did that for 3 years, literally just graduated this June and finished it off remotely, which was intense to do an art degree remotely, but it got it and now I'm here. My role is production operative, so I just make sure that there's enough of everything and everything is of good enough quality to actually use, as well as make sure all the gin and any liquid that's getting bottled is of good enough quality, and make sure that everything going out is pristinely labelled, bottled, and has everything you need for it, basically. The key skills for my role are to be adaptive and organised to any scenario that you can possibly have thrown at you, and have a high standard of quality control.